Hey y'all, I'm Kiara Sheree, and welcome to Yes Black Girl. Yes Black Girl is a digital space and interview series that is created for Black women by Black women. So we hope that you stay with us for a while and leave feeling inspired. YBG has been on a hiatus for like the entire summer. Okay, we need a little breaky break because it's been a lot going on. Life has been lifing. However, the summer has been so good to us. And we're excited to just be back and bring you guys great conversations with amazing people. Rhea could not be here today because she had a scheduling conflict. She has a gig, so we wish her luck and good vibes. That being said, I am so excited to present our guest for today. So today's guest is a Texas girl that currently resides in the BK. Okay, listen, Brooklyn is just it's where it's at. She works in product development for the agency Alem PD that specializes in all things beauty, skin, hair, and baby care. Alem PD's clients are Black and POC owned, so April makes products for people that look like her, or should I say, look like us. Let's give a warm welcome to April Stephanie.
Thank
How are
you.
you doing?
I'm doing really well actually. It's a beautiful Saturday in Brooklyn
Yes,
in
it is.
BK, so I
Yes, it
cannot
is.
complain. How's your Saturday going?
It's been pretty good so far. I actually just came from a quick little shift at work, but you're right. The sun is shining and it feels so good out there. Like,
Yes.
definitely got to get out once this is, all wrapped up and enjoy that
Yes,
weather.
this is definitely patio season to me. Go out there, get a
Yes.
margarita or something, treat yourself because it
And
feels
just chill.
amazing. Yeah,
Yes. I think
I
I might head
agree.
up to the roof in a little bit just to catch that last little bit of sun. But yeah,
Yes, yes,
this
I
is the
agree.
time. It's like right before fall truly sets in, and then the summer. The best.
Yes, yes, I agree.
Yes. So we're gonna go ahead and get started with a little bit of this or that. It's my first time hearing that in months, so it was like, wait, am I
I
playing it or am I
love
not playing
it.
it?
I was
So
over
much
here doing
fun.
a little dance. I was like,
You know, it's a
oh,
bop. It's really a bop. I will always love that jingle. All right, so the first one is AHAs or BHAs.
okay. Ooh, AHAs. Because I don't have
Oh,
acne prone skin. So,
okay. That
yep,
makes sense.
AHAs. Yep.
Yes. I'm gonna ask you. We're gonna circle back around to that later on because I need you to
Okay.
break that down a little bit.
Okay.
All right. The next one is oil cleanser or makeup wipes.
Oil cleanser.
Mm.
Yep, oil cleanser.
Do you think it's better depending on like what your skin type is?
Yes and no. I think that we as consumers misuse makeup wipes a lot. We
Mm.
take one, we wipe it all over our face, and then we're just like smearing all that makeup back in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so and I'm a combo girl, so my skin is
Mm-hmm.
like oily in the T-zone, and I'm a big advocate of putting oil on my face to rebalance the natural oils that are already there. So oil
Absolutely.
cleanser, yeah.
Yes. Okay. All right. The next one is powder or liquid eyeshadow.
Ooh, powder or liquid eyeshadow. Well, I don't really wear eyeshadow. Despite me being in
Mm.
the beauty industry, I'm like a very natural, glowy beat type of person. So
Mm-hmm.
for those warmer summer months, because you know how swampy it gets in New York City,
Listen. Yes.
yes, I'm gonna say powder. I'm gonna say powder.
I feel that. No, it has been crazy with the humidity. Oh my God.
It's
Um,
disgusting.
it is. It's a lot to navigate. I'm not even gonna hold you. All right, the next one, setting spray or setting powder.
Setting spray.
Mm-hmm. You gotta speak.
Yes,
Yes.
yes. And I'm
It
talking about
just
like
gives you that glow.
come on now. I told you I was a
Yes.
glowy, dewy girl. And it's like
I
I'm
feel you.
pumping 10 times. My face is
Okay,
wet.
just make sure. No, I feel
Yes.
that 100%. It's just something about going outside and you've got that, and we already have this brown skin. It hits different,
Yes.
you know?
It does.
Yes. New York or Texas? Let us know. Let us
Oh,
know.
oh. Okay, y'all don't hate me. I'm gonna have to say Texas.
Okay, listen, I'm not from New York, so I'm not gonna be mad about it. But I
I'm a,
love seeing people's perspective.
I'm gonna have to say Texas. I mean, not because
Okay.
it's home, but more so the quality of life is just so much
Mm,
better, easier, and it's very different. And I love New York for what New York will give you, and what you give to New York, it'll give you back.
absolutely.
So I'll never knock this city
This life, yeah.
in this life, but
Hmm.
Texas is where it's at. If you
I
haven't been, y'all
feel
need to
you.
go. Yeah.
Listen, I do need to go. I've been saying that for a while. That's somewhere I need to go and visit. But me being someone who's from Maryland and grew up like in that rural country type of area, it's
Oh.
just something about being a country girl. It hits different, you
Wait, we may
know?
have something in common. I was born in
Yes.
Baltimore, and I have
What?
family
I
in
didn't know.
PG. I have
Okay.
family all throughout PG
Yes.
County. Yup. And I was
Yeah.
just in
We gonna
DC
talk.
last weekend. Yeah.
Yeah. Yes. We're gonna talk. All right. Second to last, sunscreen, lotion, or SPF infused products.
Both.
Mm,
I can't even do it this or that. It's both of them.
I feel that.
SPF is so important for skin,
Yeah.
especially with like melanin rich tones. We need it. Like, I mean, the stigma back in the day was like, we don't need SPF because black doesn't crack. But baby, yes, it does.
Yes. It
And
be cracking up.
it hyperpigmentates. And so
Yes.
we need all the SPF we can get, to be honest with
Hmm.
you. So I'm gonna say both.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. I love that. All right. The last one is regular deodorant or natural aluminum free. I love your faces. Like,
No, so okay, so that's a hard one, and
hmm,
I can see it both sides.
yes.
Natural is going to be better for us, but it takes a
Hmm.
minute for your body to get used to natural deodorant. I was
Hmm.
funky the other day at yoga class because I was testing out natural deodorants, and I was just like, "Is that me?" I was in the middle
Oh,
of a
for
down
real.
dog. In the middle of
Yes.
a down dog. So I like regular deodorant. It's a game changer just because it's quick. You know, it works, but
Yeah.
I'm really big on health, living very
Hmm.
holistically, so I'm gonna have to say natural. Just
Yeah,
give it
I'm
a
with you
try.
on that.
Yeah.
Yes, 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 yes. I definitely switched over. I started using like a chemical exfoliant as my deodorant, and it was perfect. Like,
Yes.
the only thing is, of course, I'm still gonna have some sweat every now and then, but outside of that, it's like it's the best. Because sometimes with regular deodorant, you get a little clogged up, and it's just not
It's
cute.
it's
But
just
it
the
does
product.
smell good,
It
and it keeps
smells
you,
good and
yeah,
it
it keeps you
keeps
together.
you exactly.
Right,
Yes.
right, right,
Yeah.
right. So I feel you on that one. All right. So switching gears, I'd like to start off by asking, why did you become an esthetician? What inspired you or led you towards that career path?
So I was in school, undergrad, to be a doctor. Like I was pursuing a degree in biology and I was
Mm,
doing all of the prerequisites to go to medical school. I wanted to be a dermatologist. I've always really been into science. And growing up in Texas, there's not too many doctors that look like us. And
mm-hmm.
if I did come across them, it was by way of like, oh, well, we went to school at Baylor, but we're not originally from here, or whatever the case may be. And so I have like this calling in life to me to where I'm here to help people.
Mm,
Um, but to help people in the field that I want to. Like, I'm not just out here giving out money. I'm not just out here being like, oh my gosh, do you need, like, I'm not
yeah.
overextending myself to help. But I
Right.
feel like if I tap into my passion,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm able to help people who look like me, then that's my calling. And so I thought
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to be a doctor, but I did not want to go another 12 years in med school.
Okay.
I didn't,
Mm-mm.
and I didn't want to shell out another 50K to 100K in cash for school. And
Mm-hmm.
so I'm really good at pivoting. And so I was just like, okay, after undergrad, I was like, what do we want to do? Like,
Yeah.
I don't want to be a teacher because, like, what do you do with a degree in biology? Not much. You work in a
Yeah.
lab or you go to medical school or you do something very like sciencey. But because my heart was
Yeah.
set out on medical school, I was like, that's not the route this lifetime, I
Yeah.
guess.
Right.
Um,
Right.
but
Right.
let's do aesthetics. Everybody comments on my skin. They say my skin is always clear. Like, how do you, even when I used to have breakouts, like hormonal breakouts, they'd be like, well, it's gone in like 2 days. How did you achieve that?
Yeah.
So
Like, I know what
aesthetic.
I'm doing. Yes.
So um,
Yes.
aesthetic school was the next route, and it was a 9-month course. And
Oh, it's not bad at all.
nope, I was in and out, and I think I actually completed it in 6.5 months.
Look at
9 months was
you.
like, yeah, 9 months was
Mm.
part-time school, and then
Mm-hmm.
full-time school. Obviously, you're in there like a full-time job, and I switched over
Okay.
like halfway. I was like, I can't be in school for this long. Like, I'm over it.
I feel that.
And then I got my license. Yeah,
That's a beautiful, beautiful story because, first
yeah,
of all, life really is about the pivot. And I feel like, especially with this generation, with us millennials, like, we definitely know how to do that. We don't have any problem stopping what we're doing and being like, you know what? I think I want to do something else. And I love that
yes,
because you really do. A lot of us go to school and we have this initial idea of what we want to do, but sometimes that's not your passion or it's really not what you're meant to be, but I love how that revealed itself to you in that way. That's beautiful.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, of course. All right. So, what would you say are some of the most common issues that Black and POC women face when it comes to their skin?
Hyperpigmentation would probably be number one on the list. I think we
Hmm.
all suffer from hyperpigmentation in some type of way, whether it's from acne, whether it's from sunspots, whether it's from us picking our skin. I pick my skin as an esthetician. I know better, but I still do it. It's
Yeah.
habit. So I would say that's number one. Number two would probably be hormonal acne or
Mm.
hormonal breakouts.
Yeah.
But I also think that's like our generation. We're like the birth control generation, and a lot of us are like
Yeah.
starting to kind of wean ourselves off the birth control because we know it's wreaking havoc on our whole endocrine system. Um,
Hmm.
but with that comes breakouts and our body trying
Yeah.
to re-regulate itself.
Right.
And that shows up everywhere, mainly on our face, but all over our skin. It's really bad, actually. So I would say
Yeah.
that's
I've definitely been experiencing that.
yeah, I would say that's number two. And then
Okay.
if I were to name like a third one, skin issue. This doesn't really have to do much with the face, but
Hmm.
eczema is big in our community. It
Yeah.
and sometimes it is actually on our face, but eczema as a
Yes.
whole is
Absolutely.
really, really big in our. I have it. I've had it since
I
I was
used
a
to have
child.
it.
Yeah,
I
I
don't
don't
know
have any.
how it went away, but
Probably your lifestyle changes. I don't
maybe.
know. Dairy has a lot to do with a lot.
Hmm.
So not partaking in like cow's milk and like cutting your diet in like cheese and eggs and things of that
Yes.
nature, that has a lot to do with it. And then water intake too has a lot to do with eczema. So I would say those would be like the top three things that we face as a community. Yeah.
That's really, really good insight. I will say that when I first started getting eczema, I was eating a lot of like cheese, a lot of dairy, because most of my favorite foods have cheese in
Yeah.
them. And even now, like if I do way too much, I start to like see a little something pop up, but I like
Yeah.
quickly, I'm like, all right, let me roll
Yeah.
back a little bit. But the hormonal acne is such a big thing right now. Like I've been getting like little, things here or there, and I'm
Yeah.
like, I've never had this issue before. Like, where are these coming from? And this, like, they're more stubborn than, any previous, like, little pimples or zits that I've had. So, yeah,
Yeah.
it's been a lot trying to just navigate that recently.
Yeah. I deal with the same thing. Yes.
It's
It's
insane.
terrible. Yeah.
It's getting older. What products would you recommend for some of those issues?
Ooh, so sunscreen for
Mm.
hyperpigmentation, obviously. But on top of that, like any type of vitamin C serum um,
Mm.
is going to help with that. Yeah, it helps with discoloration. And then like your low level acids like glycolic or retinol is really good with
Mm-hmm.
hyperpigmentation. I would recommend using retinol at night because that's when it
Mm.
seems to work the best. And it actually makes your skin a little bit more sensitive. So wearing it during the day, it can be a little bit problematic and actually make your skin overly sensitive.
Okay.
Yeah, as far as like the hormonal acne and breakouts and things of that nature, that's where your salicylic acid will come into play. Using that as an exfoliant, you want a really good cleanser too.
Mm-hmm.
In the morning and at night, I double cleanse. So
Mm-hmm.
one is like an oil-based cleanse. A second would be like a regular foaming. No lie, my favorite cleanser right now is from the drugstore, and it's a French brand. I think everybody should know this. La Roche Posay.
I think I've seen that.
It's like
Okay.
in your CVS's, your I think Walgreens, like any drugstore, and they
Mm-hmm.
have this like gentle foaming like cleanser, and it's
Mm-hmm.
blue. It's
I'm gonna check
$15
it out.
and it's huge. My cleanser
Wow.
lasts me like 2 to 3 months. That big bottle for $15.
Not you putting me on to something. Let me check this out. See,
Yes,
when we wrap this up, I'm gonna take some notes down. So
it,
actually, I don't even have to because I'm gonna rewatch this. But yes,
it's
that is amazing.
it's literally my favorite thing in
Hmm.
life. Yeah,
I love
yeah,
that. I love that. I love that.
yeah.
No, for real. It's crazy that you mentioned retinol because I was actually going to ask you about that. So let's switch to that and then we'll go
Mhm.
back. So,
Yeah,
because I've seen so many people online talking about how it's like the fountain of youth. You know, it has everybody out here looking young and
it
staying young.
does.
So I just wanted to ask your opinion on that. Like, do you really feel like that's what it's doing? Which you just said, yes, of course. And if so, what are the benefits of using it?
So, I mean, retinol is not gonna like turn. You can't be an ugly duckling using retinol and then think you're gonna wake up in the morning and be like Prince Charming. You can't do that.
Mm-hmm.
But
Okay.
if you do have like problematic skin with hyperpigmentation, with oiliness, with just blotchiness on your skin, like retinol is a really good exfoliant that will go in at night and just
Mm-hmm.
slew off all that dead skin that's causing that,
Mm.
because that's really what causes acne. Is just oil that's underneath the surface, and you need to slow off that dead skin to really get
Mm.
to it so it can pop up, and like you can extract it if need be, or do it like handle it however you normally handle it.
Yeah.
So I don't know that, like, chemistry wise, I don't know what makes retinol so good. It's a
Mm-hmm.
vitamin A derivative, I'll say that.
Okay.
But it's pretty good. I'm not gonna sit here and lie. I swear by it. I've been using retinol since I was like 16.
Yes. And that's what people were saying that you have to start
Yeah.
early because the older that you get, like it'll already kind of be doing the work. And then,
Yeah.
you'll be good to go. So let me
Yeah.
go ahead and buy me some then. Because
Yes.
it's been like sitting in my cart and I'm like, am I gonna get this?
And
But
so
now I'm
The
gonna check it out.
Ordinary, have you heard of The Ordinary brand that's like at
Yes.
Sephora's? They have
Yes.
a really good retinol products.
I use that what is it? My co-host actually put me onto it. I use like this other serum from them. It's like an acid and I use that at night. But
Is
it's
it the
pretty good too.
is it the alpha 2% acid thing? It's like a clear acid.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
I
Yep.
use that. Yes.
Yes, it's good. And I was
Yes.
like, and they're affordable because that's another big thing is like having affordable products.
Yes.
Which can be, yeah, that with
Yeah.
whether it's skincare, hair care, makeup, things be expensive. So you got to
Yes.
find your little, products that are sustainable, I feel like.
And the pandemic did not make that price point any better.
Okay.
The supply chain issue and the raw material shortages that have been happening across the board has made
Mhm.
products. I see this firsthand every day at work. It has made the cost of goods like skyrocket through the roof. It's really bad, actually.
Yeah.
It's terrible.
Even I used to use Paula Choice's salicylic acid and it
Hmm.
actually was really really good for like, breakouts and stuff like that.
Hmm.
But it just got way too expensive. I was like, hold up, this is not how much I was paying for this before and I had to switch over to something
Yeah.
else. I was like, yeah, this is not it.
Yeah.
But I love that brand though. So
Yeah.
hopefully eventually I'll be able to bounce back to that. All right. So currently you're a product developer for Alem PD. Can you
Yeah.
tell us a little bit about what that entails?
Yeah, so basically, all product development is we're responsible for bringing new products to market for our clients, creating new products in their current lineups, working on existing products with reformulations and things of that nature. Um, we are like the person you would come to if you're like, I want to start a line and I don't know where to start, and I have a brand, but this is the idea that I'm thinking of. Can you connect us with the vendors and the manufacturers, and then like just help us formulate and work with these people to bring a product full circle to market? That's our job.
Okay. That's
Yeah.
awesome. I love that. So you kind of already broke it down what the process of getting a product out to the market looks like, so we don't have to go
Mhm.
there. And you also already gave us some insight on your skincare routine. How important is it to have a consistent skincare routine?
If you're wanting results, it's super important. Just like if you're wanting to lose weight or you're wanting to maintain a healthy lifestyle or if you're wanting to create a new habit, just having a very consistent routine is going to do wonders and you're going to see results faster. It's not going to come overnight. But like in life, all good things take time, right? And
Mm-hmm. Of
so
course.
having a very consistent routine and finding the products that work for you is going to be really important for clear skin. Yeah.
Okay. I've definitely had conversations in the past with people who like they don't moisturize, they don't, use any type of like they have no skincare routine. Or people who are like, yeah, I'm just gonna wash my face with water or a bar of soap.
Yeah.
And I remember when I used to be like when I was younger, I definitely used to be a person, but I also didn't have as many issues, back then, you're younger. And I'm always just like, I wish people knew how important it was to, just start those processes.
Because everything should be preventative. Like you don't want to wait until something bad happens to your skin for you to be like
Hmm.
scrambling and like, oh my gosh, I need to figure out products that work for me, or now I need to go to a dermatologist and spend all this money for a
Right.
copay plus the products that she's going to recommend that you buy, and she's going to sell it to you really good. And not to say it's not good products, but because you're not even well versed in that field, you're going to just
Hmm.
take everything verbatim for what that person is going to say, right? So
Right.
everything should be preventative.
I
Everything.
agree with that. Yes,
Yeah.
I love that. All right. So we've been seeing a huge shift in the beauty industry with it becoming more inclusive. Do you feel like social media has played a part in that at all? And how has that benefited Black and POC folks?
Yeah, of course. Like, let's really think about before social media was a thing, right? All of
Hmm.
the marketing ads and campaigns for beauty, hair, anything that was like woman focused, right? It was a white woman or an Asian
Hmm.
woman. Nobody
Facts.
really looked like us. And if they did, it was far and few in between. So I feel like with social media, you put a face to your consumers, you put a
Yes.
face to the people who are actually buying your products. So if there's 10,000 women that look like you and I, and then the other 2,000 look like white women, why would you not want to make products that are going
Exactly.
to work for your highest consumer, like the consumer that's really buying up your product? So I do feel like
Right.
social media has made these brands and bigger companies like your Estee Lauders and your L'Oreal's more aware of like, hey, we do need to start including these deeper tones, but not just
Hmm.
that. We need to take into account, like, okay, these two women might have the same tone, but she's more yellow undertone and she's more
Right.
red. So now we need to make a cool of this color and a warmer of this color,
Mm.
just so
Yes.
we can make sure everybody is accounted for.
Being covered. Exactly.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. No
and we're
facts.
and we're holding these companies and these brands to their word too, because it's just like you can say that you're inclusive, but you can't just have four deep tones and a lineup of 22. Like, what
Okay.
is that? You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like, what are we?
Yes.
We're gonna go somewhere else where we're wanted and where
Yes,
we're valued.
exactly.
Okay? Yeah.
Right. With a little bit more variety. No, you're absolutely right
Yes.
about that. It's crazy because we saw it with the natural hair movement at first.
Yep.
The products started to expand. Some of the things that we grew up using, we're looking at these brands now that everybody has products for natural hair. And it's like, well, where was this before? When we was out here perming it
Yes.
down, we didn't have all these things. And now we're seeing it with the makeup. We're seeing it
Yep.
with the beauty products, and it's amazing. But yeah, I
I
definitely,
love it. I love it.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
great to see. And it seems like every time you hop on Instagram or Twitter, somebody is sharing some type of advice, and it just social media. It's a double-edged sword. You never know what you're gonna get, but there's so
Yes.
much good that comes with it, and that's one of those things. I feel like.
Yes,
All
I
right.
agree.
Yes. So, as an esthetician, have you ever done any hair removal work? And if so, what types and which ones do you feel are best for Black women?
Hair removal, so like laser or waxing or things of that nature.
Yes.
Never done laser like on anybody, and I've never personally had it done. I have
Mm-hmm.
definitely done sugaring and waxing on
Mm-hmm.
people, and I get it done.
Yes.
I think that if you're looking for a more permanent solution, lasering is going to be your best bet. Obviously, do
Mm-hmm.
your research because not all lasers are good for our skin tones. I think they're becoming a little bit more like aware of that now, and
Mm-hmm.
including lasers that do work for deeper tones. But
Beautiful.
personally, I don't know what that pain feels like, but I know what waxing feels like. And I'm gonna
Yeah.
stick to what I know, and I'm gonna
I
wax.
feel that. I feel
Yeah, you
that.
know
I
what I mean?
definitely was a waxer as well. My only issue is when it comes to shaving and waxing, if I'm not using the right products afterwards to exfoliate or anything, or if I have like a
It's
good
a
serum, the
mess.
ingrowns, child.
Yeah. Yes.
I
Wait,
am ingrown prone.
we
Like
might need
it's
to talk
insane.
after this because I haven't found any products to help with my ingrown, so you might have some secrets that I need
Yes.
to know.
Listen, it's insane to me how, and I never really, I guess I just didn't really have that much of an issue before, but it's like everything. The older that you get, things just start to change. And I
Yeah,
was like, okay, these ingrowns are becoming a little bit too frequent. I need to
yeah.
find something. I just started like doing some research on things, but I've also heard that laser can be good for that too. But you're
Mhm.
absolutely right. People say that like, certain ones don't work for our skin. So that's facts.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. But ooh, we really be out here going through it. Let me tell you, being women,
Listen, when I was younger, my mom used to say, pain is beauty, and one day you're going to really understand what that means. And
hmm
at my 29-year-old age, I'm like, I
yeah.
understand what it means, but why do we have to go through
You
it?
know, because the men they just be walking around. I mean, some of them actually do care and they do their things as well. But I just feel like we
Yes.
have so much to worry about, and it's not just the beauty; it's our health too, and then the things that kind of go hand in
Mhm.
hand when it comes to like skin.
Mhm.
Oh, child, it's tiring. I feel like every other month I'm just like, child, what I gotta do now? What am I doing now? What am I
Uh,
changing in my diet? What is it that's going into my routine to prevent something? So
That is so
yeah.
funny. Yes. I feel like all jobs should set aside like a weekend, like an extended weekend for women to just
Mm.
take care of everything that they need to take care of. Cause I do that now.
Okay.
I be having spa, like my extended weekends, I be doing spa, waxing, hair,
Yes.
nails, everything that one weekend. And everybody
And
knows
it
not to
takes
bother me.
time, as you
It's
should. Come on,
forever.
Sophia. Yeah, it's important. The hair alone, like, yeah. If you know that you have somewhere to be, either do that the
Yes.
night before, do it, get up extra, extra, extra early. I remember I saw this video on Twitter recently, and it was a TikTok, but this girl gave herself like 4 hours, I think, to like get ready, but she also had to like run and do some errands and clean the
I
house. And I
saw
was
that.
like, girl, you knew you wasn't gonna get all that done in that little bit of time. You knew that
And
wasn't
she
gonna happen.
ran late too. Yes.
Yes, yep. And then it's
Yeah.
also that it's like the older that you get when you're running late, you're kind of like, I hate being rushed. I know I can just
I hate
speak for me
being
personally.
rushed.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
like
me
if you
too.
can't go outside feeling like your best self, it's pointless. So, what advice would you give to someone who wants to become an esthetician or beauty product developer?
Ooh, okay. I'll start with product development because that's what I'm currently doing, right? If you're
Yes.
wanting to be in product development, I say go for it. There needs to be more women that look like us in this industry, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
Networking is going to be your biggest key. Going to those conventions, going to those trade shows, shaking hands with people, remembering people's names, because I had to do that, and that's hard. That's a hard one for me.
I feel.
Putting yourself out there on LinkedIn and just like asking for a mentor because you never know when that door is going to open. And I like the way that I fell on this job was by luck, and it was during the pandemic off a
Mm.
Craigslist ad, like Craigslist.
Wow.
I was
Because that
tired of
means you
being
got to look at every
home.
avenue. Yes.
Yes, and
Yes.
I was so sick of being home. I've never sat still like that in my whole entire life. And I was
I
just like
feel you.
antsy. So it's just like taking the chance to just reach out, putting your resume out there. Like I said, networking,
Mm.
um, and spending the money to go to the trade shows and the conventions. Like we have a big one coming up this week, the week of the 12th, and it's Makeup in New York. And that's huge for
Mm.
product developers. All the manufacturers and vendors from Italy, France, Korea, even in the States or Canada, they're all going to be at this one trade show. And it's just
That
like,
sounds like fun.
you never know who you could speak to who could be like, oh, well, if you're interested in this field, like I have somebody who might be able to put you in touch with X, Y, and Z, and so on and so forth. Um,
Wow.
yeah, as far as aesthetics, girl, that's easy. Just go to aesthetic school, scout. It doesn't matter what aesthetic school you go to. I promise to you, they are all the same. You got to take the same
Yes.
standardized test at the end of the whole process to get licensed. Get it, clock those hours, and then get out. Okay,
Mm.
and get your license. I mean, if you
Yes.
have like a love for beauty, a love for, anything that encompasses that, like the
Yeah.
waxing, the facials, like aesthetics, it encompasses so much. Makeup, it does that too, because when I
Hmm.
was in aesthetic school, I got trained through MAC to be a professional makeup artist
Wow.
through my school. Yeah,
That's
and
amazing.
yeah, so if that's
Yeah.
like what you love, just sign up for an aesthetics course and take it from there. And I mean, truth be told, a lot of product developers that have worked for the L'Oreals and the Estee Lauders, the Max, the NARS, like all of these big makeup and skincare brands started off
Hmm.
as professional makeup artists at counters.
Wow.
That's
That's a
that's a little
crazy career path.
That's a little tea. And then they end up going to like FIT because they have a PD program. And
Hmm.
but they all started off as makeup artists, then went to FIT and then started working PD. Like it all
That's
goes hand
amazing.
in hand. Yeah.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
all goes hand in hand.
Um, Tell me a little bit about what makes the agency that you work for so special.
So, first and foremost, the owner of my agency, Betty, she has been in the game for 20 plus years. And she's like my mentor unofficially, officially, because we work so closely together.
Hmm.
And it's just the knowledge that she's willing to pour into me and into the people that work with us too. And like I said, I did not go to school for this. FIT was never a school that I even thought about. It was never on my radar. Like I said, I thought I was going to be a doctor, but landing this position and then being trained by somebody who's well known in the industry, and
Hmm.
then having her just show me the ropes so easily and like never at fault when I mess up or anything. 'Cause we're human, right? I'm gonna mess up.
Yeah, of course.
I think that she's really like the key part of what makes this agency so different, to be honest. And then on top of that, we're Black women. She's Black, I'm
Mhm.
Black. We work with a Latina, and then we also work with someone who's Italian that have been in
Mm.
the industry for 20 plus years as well. And so just having their expertise in their different fields, because they do, skincare and makeup too, but one of them is well versed in hair care. One of them is well versed in like strategizing for companies if they're at a
Mm.
standstill with their current lineup. So just having that many years of expertise
Yeah.
in one centralized location, on top of having us be people of color, two Black women, a Latina, and then an Italian, we
Hmm.
see color differently. We
Of
see all
course.
of the nuances of color differently. All of our skins, like our skin types are different. So when it comes to
Right.
skincare, we're able to, it's really a 360 focus agency. I'll say that.
Mm.
We cover every corner, nook, and cranny. And so I think that's
Yes.
what makes our agency very different, like our consulting agency different. Yeah.
That's
So shout out to
amazing.
Betty. Yeah, she did really good.
Yes.
Yeah.
She definitely did. That's an amazing
Yeah.
team. And honestly, more companies need to model themselves after that. It's like you need, I don't know what it is, but every time I see a woman leading, You
It's
know, we just do things
amazing.
differently. You can always tell
Yeah,
the difference. I'm sorry, you just can't.
yeah.
You said everyone's, coming from a different background. You're able to add something different to it. So that's great. All right. So my
Yeah.
last question for you is, what is
Okay.
next for you? What do you feel like you're gonna do after this chapter? You
Ooh.
like, girl, I don't know. I ain't even thinking about that.
Well, no, I would be lying if I said I have not thought about that.
hmm
So like I told you earlier, like I feel like my calling in life is to help people. And
hmm
I've just had, certain series of events in my life happen to where I have had like this longing to start a nonprofit that has nothing to do with
hmm
PD.
I love
And
that.
everything to do with wellness and holistic living, but for women of color, specifically Black women, and especially in like the maternity world and like birthing and
Oh,
stuff. Yeah,
yeah,
that's a whole different conversation we could have, but I think that's
girl.
my next chapter in life. No time soon, because like I said, I love what I
hmm
do. It pays the bills.
Yeah,
It's helping me stack money, all the things that are important
facts.
right now, right?
Right.
But I think like maybe in like 5 to 10 years, I can see myself doing that. I probably won't be in New York. I do want
hmm
my 40 acres and a mule. I need space, baby.
Okay, girl. I talk about it all the time. I'm like, once I'm finished, not like you ever like finished traveling, but like at some point, I really want like a cute little farm. I just want a lot of land, like all
Me
the
too.
grass, maybe a cute little pond that I made for myself, and just be
I
outside.
always joke, people always hate when I say this, but I'm like, I want my 40 acres and a mule. Where is that?
Yes.
Like,
Okay, like you deserve.
yeah,
No,
so
that's.
I see
Mhm.
that in my future.
I love that.
I'll probably be back south, not in Texas, but somewhere just warmer climate, less congested, cleaner.
Mhm.
Um,
The air quality
yeah,
is so different.
and I might still be working at Alem because I can work
Mhm.
remotely. It's just a blessing that I'm in the same city as Betty,
Mhm.
and our office is here in BK. So, but I can move when I want to, where I want to. I just need to give her a heads up, and she's very supportive of any endeavor or dream of mine. And yeah,
It's so beautiful.
I'm just here to help her, build her business. So,
Mhm.
and I love it.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
love it too. It sounds amazing. I look forward to the day that you do decide to move into that direction. That'll be awesome. And especially when it comes to the pregnancy and just anything prenatal, like I'm always thinking about that. I don't know when
Yeah.
I'll have kids, but I'm like having a doula and having like, the proper care is, especially for us, is
Yeah.
super important. So when that
Yes.
time comes, we will be talking.
Yes. It'll come
Yes.
sooner than you think, but because it's in the works. But that is
Yeah.
definitely my next move. Yeah.
I love that for you.
Yeah.
All
Thank
right.
you.
So thank you so much for coming on today and joining us. Let the people know where they can follow you.
So you can follow me on Instagram at April Steph underscore. So APRILSTEPH underscore. You can hit my DMs. I'm not great at replying back, but I will get back to you. I promise. Work is busy right now. So yeah, follow me there if you want to. Hit my DMs if you want to talk. Ask me any more questions about skincare, anything PD related,
Yes.
or just life. I like to talk to people. I like making friends. So
Yes. That's how
yeah.
we met.
Yeah.
All
Yes.
right.
Yes.
Well, that was a great night. It was a great night.
It was.
All right, everyone. So thanks for tuning in. We'll be back again soon. Until then, be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel, Yes Black Girl, and follow us on Instagram at Yes Black Girl Series. And then, of course, be sure to follow Ray and I at The Only Raya and at Unique Genre on Instagram as well. Until next time, goodbye.
Thank you for having me. Thank you.